Welcome, everybody. Episode 4. Listening to the Yankees. Here, Kevin, and my partner here, Kenny. What's going
How's
on?
everybody going? How's everybody doing?
Beautiful today. Today's Monday. Starts the week. Today the Yankees are at the Angels. But let's get started with this topic. How Yankees, is this a turnaround? They are 3-2 the last 5 games. Do you think this is a turnaround, Kenny? What do you think?
I mean, it was looking good, I think when they were going to play the Mets, especially me, I didn't really have high hopes.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna get swept. Um, you know, that that's saying a lot, not having a lot of confidence in the Yankees lately. Um, but they actually swept the Mets in that 2-game series and they were looking pretty good. And the next game after that, they played the A's and they had a monster game. I
Yeah, they
think
had a month.
scoring like 13 runs. Um, so it was definitely looking like a turnaround. And then the game after that, I believe we also won. It was a close game, but we won 3-2.
Mhm.
And then the last 2 games against the A's, we lost. Um, and I would say not the last one, but the second to last one was definitely like a bummer. I think we went to like the 10th inning or something like
Yeah.
that. And we lost it. But now we're gonna go through a nice stretch against the A's, I believe.
Angels.
Not the A's, Angels. Um, I think it's like a 3 or 4 game series.
I'll take a look. But yeah, they're starting tonight. And 3 games.
You
3 games.
know, I don't see why we shouldn't beat the Angels.
No
Angels
time.
were never a team that like never scared me or anything like that. So
Mm. They can't put it together for some reason, man. They got so much talent. It
they
reminds me of
do.
the Padres. I don't know if you can, not as much talent because Padres are fully loaded with talent, but at least we don't get to see Otani pitch, which still would have been interesting to see. But so point blank, yes or no? Is this gonna turn us around these last 5 games?
I think so. I think the Yankees are slowly going back to that beginning of the year stride,
Right.
where we're gonna be losing some games, but I think overall we're gonna be winning more than losing. Um, I think we'll reach 100 wins by the end of the year.
I remember we started talking about this stretch right now when it was still Blue Jays and it was Alex Manoah, their ace. And it was Alex Manoah, it was Scherzer, and then DeGrom. So on paper, it looked like we were about to get our butts spanked, right? I wanted to keep it PG for little Daniel. But
Yeah,
I don't know why made me say it in the little group chat we have, and I was like, you know what, we're gonna go 3-0. Luckily we avoided the Grom, knock on wood. But I was saying that with thinking that we are gonna face the Grom. I was
I
saying I
agree.
was gonna go 3-0. I was like, yeah, we're gonna go 3-0. I said, let's be positive. Let's be positive. They need some positivity. It's been bad lately. We need some positivity. Anybody can be a negative. Positivity is nice when a person is known as positive. I love that. So I was like, you know what? Let me be positive. If it works out, I look like a savior. If it doesn't, then I lost nothing anyway. But they did. They went and spanked Scherzer. They beat Alex Manoah. Then they avoided this guy, but I think it was Tawan Walker, if I'm saying his name correctly. He's no
It
slouch
was.
here. He was an all-star. I don't know if this year or last year, but he was an all-star. So he's no slouch. He gave us all a run for our money, but we still beat him. Uh, I'm going to connect the positivity of them winning with Benintendi, believe it or not. He gets us going. He's like another DJ. I like him and DJ, man. A lefty righty combo to contact, and it was nice. Pitching was starting to turn around. You're right. And then we went into Oakland, put a spanking in the first game. I'm thinking here, oh my god, we're gonna put a slap in 4 game series. Won the first 2 games, and then reality hit again. And let me tell you how bad that third game that we lost. It was demoralizing. And I'll tell you why. It was only a 3-2 loss, which I hate losing by 1 run. I'd rather lose by 10 than by 1. It's like you're so close and yet so far. It was a one hitter. that they threw in 11 innings against us. Like I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on at that point. That one hit was my boy Cabrera, Oswaldo Cabrera. I like that kid, man. We got to talk about him one of these days. I'm gonna talk to him thoroughly one of these days. But a one hitter in 10 innings, man. That's oh my god, Jesus Christ. That does demoralize your team. I mean, what are we doing? One hitter? I mean,
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, it was hard to watch and going all those 10 innings, and you were hoping that at the end of the day, yeah, I was watching it. You're hoping that at the end of the game, you would like even though it was a bad game, you would get the win.
yeah,
But you know, after all that, you still lost. It was like, damn,
good pitching though.
it was.
Being positive, good pitching. Good pitching. It was 3-2 victor, 3-2 loss. Um, I know Jose said Stanton when we won that game, it was 13-4. Oh, look, what Stanton does for us. I don't know. I'm not convinced 100% Stanton is the thing that makes us go.
I mean, it was nice to see Stanton coming back, kind of picking up where he's been leaving off. So um, that was definitely encouraging to see. You know me, I'm not a believer in Stanton until we win a championship, and he's a result to that. Not just like, oh, he went along for the ride. If we can see how he played last year in the playoffs, like constantly, then yes, I'll accept his contract. But other than that, I'm not a big fan.
Yeah. So if you're gonna same question to myself, if it is this gonna be a turnaround? I want to believe so. Obviously, that's just easy answer. Yes or no? Is this gonna be a turnaround? Like if I had to bet money on it, I'm gonna say yes. Let's go with yes. Let's go with yes. Let's go with yes. Come on, people. Let's go with yes. Come on. We all gotta stay together. We all gotta believe we are crawling and scratching to the playoffs. It's like that right now. If they lose in the first round, I think there's gonna be some heads taken off, Boone. But it probably won't happen because he just signed a contract. But let's see, man. It's this. I thought if we done this 2 days ago when we were supposed to, it would have been easy conversation. Like, oh my god, look at the positivity, all that stuff. But then to lose 2 games in a row to Oakland, and I don't know if you saw the tweet. Did you see the tweet that Oakland said?
No,
Oh my god, I gotta send you this. Kenny. They
I
talk
did not
trash.
see.
A team that's no good talk trash.
I know.
I was a little surprised. I think it said Yankees were like, oh, a close one, but we lost. And then they said enjoy the ride home. Like, ouch.
I like the A's.
Why do you like the A's? I hate the A's.
I like the A's because of money ball.
Oh,
You
I
know,
hate I hate the A's because of Moneyball. Because I'm here spending all this money, I can't win a championship, and here are the A's making the playoffs like nothing, spending like $40 million, and that's it.
I mean, you got to respect teams like the A's and the
Oh,
Rays, even though they're in our division and stuff like that.
I feel
Uh,
you.
these are teams that can't really spend much money because their owners are cheap. But somehow, every 4 or 5 years, they have a great, amazing young team, and they make a run. They just don't have that experience, I would say, to really put them over the edge.
Yeah.
But
Did you see my tweet? See the tweet?
yeah, I see it.
Uh, can I share it?
Travel safe.
Yeah. Can you share it on your screen? Will you be able to share for the audience to see?
Probably not, but like on my phone, maybe.
Oh, let me see if I can
Can
do
you
it
see it?
real quick. Let me see if I
Has
can.
a virtual background, so you're not going to be able to see it.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. We'll get it one of these days. But yeah. They said travel safe.
Travel safe.
You know, a little dig on us. I saw that and I was like, wow, I can't believe this team so bad is talking trash to us. But let's see. I mean, this series has to be 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 3 because then we place Tampa after that, man. That's no joke. Now it gets harder. It gets harder. We're not. It's no cakewalk.
Yeah.
So,
And I want to see how Montas pitches tonight. Um, you know, I want to see if this is going to be like him showing some signs of what's to come. We gave up some
I like them both.
big prospects for him.
Sears did good. That's funny you mentioned that because Sears pitched against us, and if it wasn't for that Aaron Judge home run, he was going scoreless in 5 innings against us. So
Yeah.
that's a lot of grit, man. He's tough. Supposedly that's what Frankie Montas does, but I'm glad you brought up Frankie Montas because read somewhere that him against the Angels is like 2-0, 3-0 with like a .138 batting average against him. So he is with the Oakland A's a good pitcher against them. Is he gonna continue that with the Yankees? Is the Yankees um are they in his head right now? Is this him pitching bad in his head? You know, because he's proven that he's pitched good against them. He did it last year. He did it partial this year. And if he does bad now, is this some kind of bad luck we're going through? Is this kind of like everybody's so screwed in the head that is continuing? That's we'll still see. You know, like this guy says, Susan, that's baseball. You know, that's how it
Yep.
is. But guys, unfortunately, we can't give you a straight up answer. We want to believe that this is gonna be a turnaround. We'll talk about a little briefly on this next Friday. But let's go on to the next topic. This topic I think we could talk on forever. We can't last forever. But Cash, I'm going to be very careful with my words when I say is his weakness pitching? And the reason why I want you to answer that, I don't say is Cashman bad at selecting pitchers or I think he's a good GM. Maybe he's losing a little bit of his touch, but in general, all his years and all his moves, probably pitching has been a little bit of his Achilles heels. Okay. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think about that? Tell me, get more involved, please, Kenny. Help us out.
Yeah, I would say that that definitely is a pretty true statement. Um, I think just throughout the years, right? And he tried to win big with Cole, and he was effective with signing him and bringing him over. I can't really blame him for Cole not pitching how he was pitching when he was with the Astros. So that's not on Cashman, right? Um, but overall, I would say that just pitching in general, whether it's getting guys in the draft or trying to trade for some pitchers, he just really hasn't panned out. You know, um, we've seen examples like Sonny Gray. You can go down the list,
Yeah.
and it just hasn't panned out. Um, and he's always trying to hit it big and hoping that one of these guys are going to be an ace or a second ace type player. And it's just, I can't remember the last time he traded for a decent pitcher. You know, um, I would say the best credit that I would give him was probably
Oof, you
when
got
when
me
they
there, bro. You got me.
I mean, because it's not even like we can show for, by it saying that we won the World Series or anything, but I guess just from the return, like it was a great GM move, was when we had I was gonna say Cashman, our closer, we traded him to the Cubs, you know, and then we signed him the year right after, Chapman.
Mhm.
So, I mean, but the Cubs benefited from that too because they won the World Series.
And you're talking about a reliever too, not even a starter.
Exactly. So,
I think we could be selective when we say he's done well with relievers for the most part. But when it comes to starters, has been his weakness. I'm I'm gonna think about the whole time we're gonna talk right now. I'm gonna be thinking about his best trade. He's done some good signings. AJ Burnett, we want to ring with him. Sabathia, Cole. Again, Cole's not his fault. He got the guy inside into the stadium, so it's hard enough to get somebody to join you, especially an ace. He made a good move there. I would have to say the best trade was probably Evaldi. And you're probably thinking like, oh, he didn't do so great. He did decent. We got Herman also. What we gave up was nothing. We gave up Martin Prado, if I'm saying his name right, Martin Prado, whatever. And we gave up Garrett Jones at first base. So it was nothing. We gave up garbage, and we got Evaldi. He helped us a couple games here and there, and Herman still, still in the team. He's got. If you add all the WAR, he probably won that trade. But that's how bad his history is. Like you said, Sonny Gray, Michael Pineda didn't really pan out. I mean, I can go on, and they'll just keep popping in my head. Um, but in terms of drafting, Montgomery, Savvy, that's it. Who else you got? I mean,
And
think
Montgomery hasn't been, as much as we like Montgomery, he's nothing special.
no,
He's really just a 4 or 5 type starter. And Sevi has just been very injury prone that,
yeah,
you know, hasn't been really able to showcase his stuff. And even when he was, he only really had one, decent year in the playoffs where he was doing pretty well. Wasn't doing great, but he was doing well. And Angels got a hit, Trout got a single. Um, just as we're speaking, I'll just say what's happening because I have the game on the little corner.
okay,
But yeah, I agree with you. I mean, pitching wise, that's just not his forte. Kind of almost want him to bring like an assistant GM to just focus on that. You know,
yeah, that's good call. I mean, but I'll tell you what, I like our pitching coach. Our
I
pitching
agree.
coach is the man. I mean, we've mentioned him before, and he's the man. We always forget his name, but we stole him from the Indians. Thank you, Mike. Forgot his name.
The
What was
Guardians.
the Guardians? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's done phenomenal. He turns Cortez. He's who else? Clay Holmes. You throw pitchers at him, he's turning him into something. Michael King, you know. Again, I really do believe he's done very Cashman's done well with the bullpen. I really have because we've had that three-headed monster with Betances and Andrew Miller and Chapman. We've had Mike Stanton, Mariano Rivera, Jeff Nelson. We've had right now Clay Holmes, Michael King, but both have been injured right now. Uh, what else? Wandy Peralta. He traded an outfielder for him. I was like, what? I didn't like that trade at first. What's his name? The Giants outfielder that we traded. It was a lefty outfielder, short guy. He was good. He reminded me of Brett Garner. I forgot his name. I'll think about it. He traded
You're
for
talking
one.
about the I don't want to say the word here because he had like dreads, right?
Talkman. No, Talkman.
Oh,
Talkman.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was Talkman. He traded him, lefty outfielder,
Oh,
and he
I'm
traded
thinking of the Pirates. That's what I'm thinking of. You know who I'm talking about, right?
a pitcher.
No, no, he was an outfielder.
Oh, McCutcheon.
McCutcheon. That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking of. But
So let me ask you something, and this is something I fans need to realize because easily we
really quick, Otani grounded it to a double play. So
good.
and
Good for
inning
Otani.
over.
This is a showcase for Otani to come to New York. He's coming to New York.
I
um,
wish.
yeah, we need him. Um, let me put an idea in your head, and you tell me if you agree or don't. Is it so much Cashman's weakness at starting pitching, at trading or finding a guy or developing people, or is it the pressure and stadium of New York, where guys like Sonny Gray coming here can't do it? Because when Sonny Gray came here, if his numbers were phenomenal with 2.8, 2.9 ERA outside of Yankee Stadium in the year he played for us, and 4 or 5 ERA around there when he played in Yankee Stadium, which to me made no sense. I always said, Cashman, stop pitching him in New York and only pitch him out on the road. It's harder to pitch on the road, and this guy can honestly only do it on the road. Is it that? Is it the pressure in the stadium that's affecting Cashman a lot? What do you think? You talk to me.
I would say it's a little bit of both. Um, you know, playing in the New York market is never easy, even though, the media covers everybody nowadays, but it's nothing like the New York spotlight. And I mean, I think we've seen that before where guys they'll pitch in other places and they'll be successful. Um, and when they come to the Yankees, they kind of just really digress big time, right? Um, and some guys just don't have that pressure. I mean, you do one bad game and you're all over the newspapers and Sports Center and everyone's saying like, oh, this guy, you know, did a horrible game and this and that. They're just scrutinizing you, and they kind of just shut down after that. Um, but yeah, I would agree that it's probably both. Um, you know, I just think, like we said before, Cashman just hasn't had the best success when it comes to pitching.
Yeah.
Um, you know, I want to kind of going back to that question where you said, I remember there was like a Kansas City Royals. This was like back in, I don't know, like 2010s or whatever that like we wanted to get, but I think he came out saying like he didn't want to play for the Yankees because
Drinking.
yeah, he
Yeah,
gets like he gets
yeah,
anxiety and stuff
yeah,
like that.
correct.
So that's a perfect example, right? Like we
Mhm.
all wanted him, but he didn't want to come here.
Good, good,
He
good. Yeah, that's right, Kenny. Good memory. Yeah, you're right. I mean, he's failed. He's won some, very little. Chimmy Wong did good for 2 years. Tanaka did good for um, couple seasons. Uh,
yeah, Chiming Wong was my boy.
2 years, he had like 19 games.
Yeah,
What do you think was the worst pitcher signing or trade?
for the Yankees.
Yeah, under cash. I
Um,
have one in my head. You guys are gonna laugh. You're gonna forget about this guy. Remember Randy Johnson? He's not the guy I was thinking about, but
yeah.
he got him too old. Remember him?
Go ahead, you answer, and then
I'm gonna go with Carl Pavano.
I remember that.
And pitched like 5 games in total, if even 5-year deal, something like that. Um, my friend Jose says he broke his ass. You break your ass. But yeah, it could be true. I mean, that's one of the worst signs, I think. Um, I'm hoping that this Harrison Bader Jordan Montgomery trade, it doesn't go down as one of his worst trades either. Because right now it's looking like it, even though it's not fair to Harrison Bader. But if you don't play, then you're obviously going to lose the trade. If the guy doesn't play, you're going to start losing the trade. And Montgomery's done nothing but ace quality stuff. He's a perfect example of maybe it's the stadium that hurts you a little bit. Also the division. It's not easy to pitch with the Red Sox, with the Blue Jays, with Tampa every game. I mean, now the Orioles are right in it now. They're up and coming team. They're my sneaky team for next year, but we'll talk about that some other day. Who do you think? Who do you think you thought of anybody or no?
Yeah. So I had to Google his name because like I had it like in the tip of my mind, but I couldn't remember. So I don't remember if we traded him or no. I think we signed him to like a 5-year deal.
Talk to
But
me.
this guy, who?
Talk to me. Let me know.
Oh, this guy I could not stand, and it was AJ Burnett. Even though I think
I
we
mentioned
won,
them. I mentioned them.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember I said he signed AJ Burnett and Sabathia
Oh yeah, yeah.
year, and we won it that year. We won it
We
that year.
won it that year. I think that was the only year that he did pretty decent with us. But after that, it was just
He's crazy. He threw a no
horrible.
hitter with like 7 walks. It was the craziest thing. You'd be like, what? Like this guy's striking out the one guy, walk the next guy. He had amazing stuff, but he was losing in something. He'd drive you crazy. And
Yeah, I
Chapman.
remember just not having a pleasant time every time he was up in the mount. It was just like he would lose the game or he would get, 5, 6 like runs in like 2.5 innings or in an inning.
Yeah.
It was just I never liked AJ Burnett, even though, he helped the Yankees win a World Series.
For you old heads listening, you guys remember back in the 90s and early 2000s when we had David Wells, David Cohn, Roger Clemens, Mike Mussina, Andy Pettit. Those days are long gone. Those days don't even exist. Kenny, how old were you? Two, three?
I was probably like 7 or 8.
Yeah, I know.
Mike Mussina is probably one of my favorite players for the Yankees to ever play, and I felt always so bad because he retired the year before we won the World Series.
Mr.
You know,
Almost.
yeah,
That's his nickname, Mr. Almost. Almost won 20 games. I mean, he might have done it, but I'm not sure. Almost won Cy Young. Almost won, almost everything. It can never put it together. That was
yeah.
a
It's
good
just
move though by Cashman. By the way, he stole him from the Orioles. They didn't want to pay him, I think it was, and he comes in, he scoops him up. I'm not sure exactly, but again, that was George Steinbrenner. The boss. He's like he didn't care about the money. He's like, I want a championship. You know, uh, things have changed. Unfortunately, it's a new era, so we have to adapt, guys. I know it hurts. These guys want to be like the Tampa Bay Rays with money, but it hasn't worked out yet. Maybe they'll get it right. Maybe they won't. Who knows? But something.
listen. I think we need to get another ace type pitcher. So I'm just gonna throw it out there, Mike. Shane Bieber. That's the guy.
I like it. I like it.
That's the
Anybody
guy.
else you thinking about? I'm thinking of Aaron Nola too, man. I like Aaron Nola,
I do like Aaron Nola too.
but he's very inconsistent, though. I'll tell you that. Very inconsistent. You know, the year we signed Garrett Cole, Zach Wheeler was our backup plan. He's done nothing but pitch sensational. Look it up. Last year, crazy numbers. This year, still doing it again. So I was like, no, Zach Wheeler's not an A stuff. Boy, was I wrong. My man's killing it. Killing it. DeGrom might be a free agent next year.
I think they're gonna.
Resign him. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's some people. I mean, Otani got one more year, then he's a free agent. We can
yeah.
tell.
I remember when Zach Wheeler was available, and I was like, nah, he's like a third.
Mhm.
You know, he's pretty much like what we got already. We can,
Injury prone too.
yeah,
He reminded me of
yeah.
Burnett. Crazy good stuff, but couldn't put it together. But he actually has way better control, and he's a lot. He's not healthy. That's his problem. Always getting hurt. Did you know Zach Wheeler was traded, I believe, for Carlos Beltran? That's how
I
old.
do not know.
Yeah, Zach Wheeler was traded for Carlos Beltran. That's how long ago it was. What
Carlos Beltran,
Carlos Beltran? Look it up. But St. Louis. I think St. Louis had traded. Um,
like the Carlos Beltran that played for the Mets.
yeah, they played for the Yankees too.
He was there during Zach Wheeler.
Yeah, Zach Wheeler was I think like 19 years old, something like that. It was a one for one.
Oh, okay, okay. I get what you're saying now. So
Yeah,
like Zach Wheeler went to the Mets because of the
yeah,
trade.
yeah. Zach Wheeler went to
Oh,
that.
okay, okay.
Carlos Beltran went to the St. Louis. You know, and that's how long ago Zach Wheeler's been in the league.
Wow.
You're talking about before Carlos Beltran came to the Yankees. You're talking about like 7, 8 years ago. So he's
Yeah.
been there for a while. I can't think of anybody else who's available. Luis Castillo has 2 years left. Um, uh, that's it. I mean, Strasburg might be available for trade, but he's very injured. He makes a lot of money. But he has great stuff, man. Are we willing to take the risk on him?
I mean, listen, I think those are the type of pitchers that you want. Guys that give you like 1 or 2 years, to push you into that championship route. Um y- we wanted the guy from the Mets, um
Scherzer.
Scherzer, and I said I'll
He didn't want to
pay
come.
him two
He
years.
didn't
Yeah,
want to
no.
come. No, he said no. The guy we went after was Verlander this offseason. We offered
I
him
would
a
have
1 year deal, and Astros came and offered him a 2 year deal. That was oh my god, that's the deal we regret right now.
exactly.
That's the guy you
Those,
had to lock up.
those are things that you just got to be like, you got to bite the bullet. Yeah, he
Mhm.
wants 2 years, give him 2 years. That's it.
Wants
You
three,
know
give him three. He's gonna get an
exactly.
extension. He's gonna get an extension now. It's gonna
Um,
be it's gonna be a nice contract. Yeah, Scherzer and Verlander would have been a nice pickup for both of us. Well,
I think Kershaw, right, is available.
yeah, but he ain't
I
going.
don't
Kershaw
want
ain't going.
Kershaw.
No, but I don't want Kershaw. He ain't going nowhere. Come on,
Yeah,
he's a
that's
he's a,
true.
he's a hero over there. He's a god. So he's not going anywhere. The guy you want, if you want to get somebody, it's Julio Urias or Walker Burley. The other guy, he's actually out for the year, I think now. Um, we almost got Musgrove. He got a huge contract. Instead, we end up with Tillian. They wanted, I think, Andujar, if I'm not mistaken. And we said no. We said no to Andujar for Cole once. And he went to the Astro. Boy, was that a mistake.
I
They want to
think
rank.
Pineda's available again.
Whoever has him can keep him. Michael Pineda, come on, man. He's done. So yeah, all in all, back to subject Cashman, it is his weakness. It's not easy. It's not easy to get to do a pitching staff. We don't have a pitcher's park because again, Oakland comes out with pitchers every year, new pitchers every year. They have a pitcher's park. They just can't hit. Tampa comes out with pitchers every year. They're a pitcher's park, like Shane McClanahan. And the year before that, the guy from the Pirates that they got, uh, curveball guy, tall guy, Glassno. Every year somebody comes out for them. Every year, Archer. Archer leaves and he sucks. Every year somebody comes out from this pitcher's park. Padres. Musgrove killed it all of a sudden when he goes to the Padres. I think if you ask me, it's a lot to do with that, with the pitching part. I think the pitching is bad because of it. Not all of it, but I think Cole would do better somewhere else too. if you ask me. Even though Cole's not been our best pitcher this year, it's been Cortez. You know, that's a steal of a move. You know, luckily for us.
By the way, the Angels are up one.
Oh, God, thank you for the bad news.
It
Jesus Christ!
was it looks like a solo home run
And I just said Frankie
by
Montas
how do you
owns
say his name? Rengifo?
Luis Rengifo, something like that.
Something like that.
Little man. He's not even that good. They don't really have anybody good.
Montas, man.
I don't know if he can pitch with us, man. That's what it is. Again, his numbers were killer against Angels, and he just can't do it. Luis
But
Rengifo. So
tomorrow's show should definitely be fun because we'll be talking about the Knicks, but since there's not really much news going on with the off season, you know, we'll show our viewers a little competition that you created actually, out of boredom, how we guess
uh,
or how we predict the season.
yeah,
I created a list, so I gotta send it to you so
let's
you
do
can
it.
start doing it. And then
For now, we're just gonna wrap up tonight, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please click the thumbs up and subscribe. All right, the more the better. Thank you guys so much, and for now, have a good night and follow up with us tomorrow. We're gonna talk about the Knicks. All right, everyone, have a good night.
bye guys.